the world's largest asset manager, is doubling down on crypto. Filings now show BlackRock is taking its first steps to launch a spot Ethereum ETF. According to Delaware's Division of Corporations website, the firm has submitted an iShares Ethereum trust for regulatory approval. So let's look at Ethereum. So yesterday, the token you can see right here spiked. It is up over 10% since just 2 days ago. Bitcoin also got a boost on the Ethereum news because BlackRock obviously is very powerful. It is also one of the 12 applicants waiting on the SEC to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF. Here in a Fox Business exclusive is Pomp Investments investor Anthony Pompliano, who also served as a sergeant in the U.S. Army Infantry. Thank you every day for your service, Pomp. But Ethereum, and here comes Larry Fink, the iShares team, and BlackRock saying, all right, as we wait for the Bitcoin spot ETF to be approved, we're going in on Ether. What did you think of that news?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. When you're a contrarian, in order to get financial returns, the contrarian bet has to become a consensus bet. And that's what we're watching play out right here, is for years, we have seen investors, mainly retail, go and bet on assets that were outside of the legacy financial system. Now, all of a sudden, we're seeing BlackRock and many other large financial organizations say, we don't want to be left behind. We want to play this game as well. Mm-hmm. And so as they show up and they start to incorporate these assets into their funds and other types of investment offerings, you're going to see that contrarian bet become consensus, capital will flow in, and prices will go up.
Do you think there's enough interest in Ether, per se?
I think that people are drastically underestimating how big the entire crypto market is going to get. Bitcoin will remain the king of that market, but many of these assets are going to get much, much bigger and will be measured, I believe, in tens of trillions of dollars across the entire crypto market.
The SEC has been immovable so far on approving a spot Bitcoin ETF. And there are, as we said, a bunch of names circling and waiting. Do you sit there and parse and think to yourself, who might get the first approval? Because on the screen, you see Fidelity, Wisdom Tree, ARK, Bitwise, not just BlackRock, Grayscale, Van Eck, et cetera. And I want to see your face when you answer this question. Who is going to get the nod first?
I don't lay awake at night thinking about that. All 12 of them definitely do, because there's billions of dollars in assets at stake here. What I think that we should do is we should approve all of them at the exact same time. We don't need regulators playing, a kind of kingmaker, right? This is not the UK where we're knighting people and saying you're the winner or you're the winner. Let the free market decide it, approve all of them, and the market will decide where those assets will flow.
Really,
and that seems the fairest way.
Gary Gensler in the SEC would just say, okay, all 12 of you. Go for it.
I think that it's actually a pretty interesting way to absolve them of having to make the decision. And if you just let the market go ahead and do it, then now all of a sudden it's a fair game. Whoever ends up being the winner, you can just point and say the market decided this is where the assets wanted to flow. And so it just resolves a lot of potential problems that could be on their hands.
I feel like it's going to be ARK and Cathie Wood. I don't know why. And I only say that because I don't know if Gary Gensler wants to say, here, Larry Fink, and why not? BlackRock is great at what it does, but it just feels like DC is nervous about that type of stuff. Let's talk about Bitcoin. The price of it pops every time there is news of that possibility. We're now at above 37,000. I think at last check we were 37,209. It's rallied up 125% this year. Now JP Morgan analysts say it's overdone. But of course, they're talking their boss's game. Jamie Dimon has never liked crypto.
My guess is that a lot of these people are looking at the short-term volatility, right? I love the volatility. I want more volatility. And the reason is because volatility over a long period of time actually leads to outsized returns. If you want asymmetry, which has largely been kind of arbed out of the market in most other assets, there's no volatility in these other assets. There's no outperformance in these other assets. Bitcoin allows for investors to allocate capital to an investment that they can audit at any time, that they can put billions of dollars into, and it can drive asymmetric returns. And that's what we've seen. This thing has compounded at tens of % a year for over a decade. Right now, in the last 3 months, 88% of all Bitcoin in circulation has not moved. In the last year, more than 70% of Bitcoin has not moved. They're going to approve this ETF. We're going to return to loose monetary policy. We're going to get the halving next year, and this thing is going to fly just like it did back in 2021.
Great to see you, Pomp. Thank you so much, Anthony Pompliano. And Pomp isn't just a warrior in the crypto trenches. As we said, he served as a sergeant in the U.S. Army Infantry. Oh, look at that. Where was that picture taken?
That is in Taji, Iraq.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for all of what you and your comrades have done. We really appreciate it.